Here is section 5 of the building blocks shawl. I just finished sections 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm ready for section 5, which has 2 options, either 2-color brioche with increases and decreases, or a garter stitch option. So I recommend, if you want to do the brioche section, that you practice 2-color brioche with increases and decreases first, and then attempt it in the shawl. But if you want a simple option, you can do the garter stitch option as well. But both options start with the same I-cord extension, and this is the same technique that we used in the previous sections. So with the right side facing, you're going to slip the last 3 stitches onto your left needle and knit them with color C. So wrap the yarn around and knit 1, knit 2, and 3. Do your slip. Slip 1, 2, 3, and repeat. Knit 1, 2, 3, and slip. So repeat this same I-cord treatment for 34 total rows. Here I have my completed I-cord extensions. So this is my little I-cord doodad at the left edge, and this is my I-cord little bit at the right edge. And now you're going to be picking up stitches. So pick up and knit 19 stitches from the I-cord edge. This is the same technique that you did in the previous sections. Picking up and knitting 19 stitches. And then you'll place a marker, pick up and knit 14, place a marker, and then knit all the way across the row. Knit all the stitches while slipping the markers until you reach your other I-cord extension to pick up and knit all those stitches. So follow row 1, right side with your color C, picking up and knitting across the whole row. I just finished row 1, right side. My color C, I knit all the way across and picked up stitches from those I-cord extensions. So color C is hanging out at the left side. Now I do not turn around. Instead, I slide all the stitches over. So here I'm at the beginning of my right side again, and it's time to choose whether to do the garter stitch or the brioche version. First, I'm going to show the garter stitch version. So I slid all my stitches over, and I'm going to knit 3 with color D. Knit 1, 2, 3, and then purl all the way across. Purl all the stitches using color D. So you're going to purl all the way across until you reach the end, and then colors C and D will be hanging out at the same side, and then you turn around to work the wrong side. So with this garter stitch version, it's just like the technique used in section 3, but with colored C, you knit across, and then you slide all the stitches over to purl with color D. So knit with C, slide the stitches over to knit that same side with color D, and then you turn. You'll be knitting across with color C, slide the stitches over to purl across with color D. And then you add your shaping, your increases and decreases, and that's all there is to it, to the garter stitch variation. I just finished row 1 with color C, and now I will demonstrate the brioche, the 2-color brioche version. So my color C is hanging at the left edge, and I slide all the stitches over so that I'm ready to work that same right side, but with color D. So to begin row 2 right side, you'll slip the first 3 stitches off the needle, and then slip one with the yarn over. This very first stitch, you just want to slip it off and place the yarn, the color D, on top of the needle. Bring the yarn in front to purl 1. So we're going to slip 1 yarn over, purl 1. I'm going to show this using my right hand, English style. Slip 1, wrap the yarn around the needle to purl 1. So slip 1 with the yarn over, purl 1. So you always slip the stitch purlwise, wrap the yarn around the needle, to purl. And that's for English throwing. So you're going to do that all the way across to the marker. Slip one with the yarn over, purl one, slip with a yarn over, purl one. Once you do that last slip stitch with the yarn over, you're going to slip the marker and do regular purl. So we'll purl 14. 1, 2, 3, all the way to the other marker. So here are my 14 purled stitches. Slip the marker, and now I'm going to show you how I do that continental style knitting in my left hand. Slip one yarn over, purl one. I take the needle behind the yarn to slip, so I get the yarn over and the slip stitch in one motion. Bring the yarn forward to purl. Slip one yarn over. Needle behind the yarn to slip with that yarn over and purl. Slip one, yarn over, purl one. Slip one with the yarn over, purl one. Whenever I slip that stitch and give it a yarn over, I think that the stitch is wearing a yarn over shawl. I don't want that shawl to fall off the needle like that, because if I do that, then that yarn over is not on that stitch anymore. It fell to the front. I think of that like the stitch is wearing a belt, but I want the stitch to wear a shawl on its shoulders. Purl one, slip one with that yarn over shawl, purl one. So we're going to do this all the way across the row, where we're slipping with a yarn over and purling in those 19, that little diagonal section, those 19 stitches. And then when you slip the marker, we just purl the 14. So when you reach that square section, here, the square rectangular section, these are just the purl, 14. I am approaching the end of row 2, right side. I just purled one, I'm slipping one with the yarn over, purl one, and this is my last slip one with that yarn over, and I'm going to keep bringing the yarn forward, and I'm going to drop that yarn in front as I slip the last 3 onto my right needle. So that fourth to last stitch is the slip one with the yarn over, drop the yarn forward, slip the last 3. Now both yarns, both colors C and D are hanging to the left, so I'm ready to turn around to work row 3, wrong side. Row 3, wrong side. Using color C, we always work color C first, purl 3, and now I'm going to brioche purl. Brioche purl is purling the stitch and its yarn over shawl together. It looks like purl 2 together, but I always treat that stitch with the shawl as one stitch. Now I'm going to slip one with the yarn over. We always slip with the yarn in front, so the yarn is already in front. Slip, give it a big yarn over, brioche purl. Slip one with a yarn over, brioche purl. Purl both little strands together. Slip with a yarn over, brioche purl. Slip with a yarn over, brioche purl. If you're doing this row continental style, you'll be brioche purling those 2 strands together and slip by taking the needle behind the yarn again to brioche purl. Needle behind to slip with the yarn over, brioche purl. Slipping the contrast color, purling the same color together with its yarn over shawl. Slip that contrast, purl the pair. Slip your marker, and now we're going to purl 14. We get a brioche break. So every one of those rectangular, kind of square-looking sections with the 14 stitches is going to be a regular knit or regular purl in this section. I am approaching the end of row 3, wrong side, with color C. I'm slipping one with a yarn over, brioche purl, and purl the last 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And now it's my favorite part of brioche knitting, where we finish the row with the first color and slide. I finish each row and then I slide. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you were gonna brioche with color D? Okay, color D is my pink. And we're gonna do row 4, wrong side, using color D. The yarn should be hanging in back. Slip the first 3 stitches off the needle, and we're going to slip one with a yarn over. So slip one with the needle going behind the yarn. So we get that slip stitch and the yarn over. Now we're going to brioche knit 1. So we're knitting the stitch and its yarn over shawl together. Slip 1 yarn over. Always slip with the yarn in front, and brioche knit 1. Slip the contrast. My needle's going behind the yarn to slip and knit 1. Now this is for the left-handed continental knitters. Slip with a yarn over, brioche knit 1. If you're throwing the yarn in your right hand, for the slip 1 yarn over, we always slip with the yarn in front. So bring the yarn forward to slip, dive in to knit. Yarn forward to slip, dive in to knit. As I'm knitting, I'm getting my pink yarn over on the stitch. So slip 1 yarn over. Always slip with the yarn in front. Slip, brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip for you right-handed throwers. Brioche knit. Yarn forward, slip, brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip. Gonna slip my marker. Now I get to knit 14 for my brioche break. I'm still knitting row 4 wrong side, doing my slip 1 with the yarn over and brioche knit. And remember that that stitch and its yarn over shawl I treat as one. Slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit 1. This is a whole outfit. You never walk out of the door without your shawl. So you slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit. You always knit that stitch and its shawl together. And your next stitch should be a contrast color. Slip, brioche knit, and slip, brioche knit, and slip. Oopsies, my yarn is in back. If that happens and you knit, oh my gosh, what a disgrace. That stitch is missing a shawl. It is not going to go out the door without its shawl on. So make sure the yarn is in front as you slip. Brioche knit. Slip, dress it up. Brioche knit that pair. Slip 1 yarn over, knit the pair. You got it. I'm at the end of row 4 using color D. Slip with a yarn over, brioche knit, slip with a yarn over, leave that yarn in back as you slip the last 3, and now we have both yarns hanging at the same side, which means I'm ready to turn around to knit the right side. Row 5, right side, using color C, knit 3, and brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. Brioche knit the stitch and its shawl, leave it on the needle, big yarn over, knit into the same stitch, and then take it off. So we get 3 stitches coming from one. Again, knit, brioche knit, leave the stitch on the needle, yarn over, brioche knit, then take it off. Slip one yarn over, yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. So we're doing that brioche knit, slip, 7 total times. This is my last slip one with the yarn over. And now I'm going to do a brioche right slanting decrease. So this is going to be my shark, and it's going to eat these 2 stitches. You're going to slip the first stitch, that little fish, knitwise, knit 1. This fish is going to pass over to eat that little guy, swim over to the shark, and the shark and its shawl goes It's super happy, so it swims over to the right needle. So that shark just ate 2 stitches. I'll show that again for you left-handed continental knitters. This is my last slip one with a yarn over. You should be at 3 stitches before your marker. Slip the first stitch knitwise, knit the next one, and then this fish eats, pass it over, swim to the shark, and the shark goes. That shark sounds a little bit like a dog, but it still functions. Now we're going to knit 14. I just knit 14 and slipped my marker, so now I'll do the brioche left slanting decrease, a decrease that involves 1, 2, 3 stitches with this big shark eating to the left. Slip the shark knitwise, both strands, the shark and its shawl. Knit 2 together. It really looks like knitting 3 strands together, but it's those 2 stitches, and then pass the shark over. And that's done. The stitch is on the left needle, ready to slip one with the yarn over. Knit, slip with the yarn over, knit the pair. Slip one with the yarn over, knit the pair. Yarn forward to slip and knit. Yarn forward to slip and knit. Here I am at the last brioche knit stitch for the brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, also known as bark, yarn over, bark. So those increases are our little dogs, our puppy dog action, and the decreases are our sharks. Bark, yarn over, bark. I finished row 5 with color C, so now I get to slide all my stitches over to work color D. So this is still the right side using color D. It should be hanging out in front, but if it's not, that's okay. We'll just slip the first 3 stitches. And if the yarn's not hanging in front, if it's in the back, just pop it to the front, because we're going to slip one with a yarn over. Slip with a big yarn over, and purl. We're just going to do a regular purl one, because this is a fresh increase stitch. Slip one with the yarn over, and now we're back on track for the brioche purls. Slip with a yarn over, brioche purl. So we're going to work across with color D, doing this purl row, slipping with a yarn over, brioche purl, slip with the yarn over, brioche purl, and then we'll always be purling those 14 stitches in between. So we did color C, color D will be finished, then we turn around to do color C across, slide the stitches over to do color D. So we're always doing each side twice. Color C, slide, D, turn. Color C, slide, D, turn. So we're already starting to see these knit columns as well, these color C knit columns on the right side. And the most common mistake I see as I'm reaching a stitch, sometimes the yarn over shawl is missing. So if I want a brioche purl, I'm missing a shawl. So you don't want to purl those two together, because that would be a decrease. So if you're missing the shawl, look around. There it is. I see a belt in the back. Just pick it up, and there you have it. Brioche purl. Slip with the yarn over. Sometimes that little shawl might slip to the front. So if you need a brioche purl, where's the shawl? I don't see it in back. It's usually hiding. It's usually hiding right to the front. So if you just lift it up and purl those together for the brioche purl, you'll be okay. And if for some reason you're missing the shawl and you can't find it or can't pick it up or miss it, it's okay to just do a regular purl one that time. It won't make much of a difference as long as you get back on track with your slips, with the yarn over, and brioche purl.